The stream is live. Hey, big guy, how are you? Live, Sims Complete, part of the Believe Network, and this show sponsored by FanDuel. FanDuel, hey, go to the FanDuel Sportsbook and get the latest odds and breakdowns of everything that's going on from just about everything, right? If you want to bet on something, hey, FanDuel's got you covered. And the games that we got for Monday Night Football, we got the Buffalo Bills and the Atlanta Falcons, and so far right now, the FanDuel Sportsbook has the Bills as 3.5-point favorites in that one. Mm-hmm. And then for the Detroit Lions and Kansas City Chiefs, FanDuel has the Kansas City Chiefs as 2.5-point favorites in that one. So we'll see how those two games play out. But big guy, let's get into it. And we're going to start off with the old school nursery rhyme. Patty cake, patty cake. Baker's the man.
Oh, he is. Well, you said, how am I doing? I'm going to tell you, I'm exhausted. It's exhausting watching all these games. It really is. I'm like, oh, well, we're going to remember that. And hell, the time I sit down with you, I forgot everything I watched, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Baker, you said it. He is the man. I mean, I'll tell you, there's so many things about him. His leadership, the way he plays, his interaction with his teammates.
Right.
But the football, man, he's sort of like it's a damn baseball. I mean, he just really doesn't miss.
Right.
And the two, we were laughing before we came on here. He had a scramble there in the fourth quarter that was, man, it was just Baker Mayfield, everything about him all in one. Running.
Yeah, what was that? 3rd and 14 that he got the conversion on?
Yeah, I think it was.
And it's like 3rd and 14. He breaks about 4 or 5 different tackles, and just it's unbelievable. The lower body strength, and of course, just hey, man, if he needs a yard, he's gonna get it, right? I mean, it's just guaranteed.
Here's what it is. It's pure meanness.
Yeah.
He's just mad at the world, man. And, he never lets down. I saw him twice this week, answering questions to the reporters. And I was like, damn, that was funny, but, it was rough too. But hey, it's what a combination down there in Tampa. They really got it going, and they found a way to get through the 49ers. And Mac Jones, I thought he made a lot of good throws.
Yep.
And there were times during that game I go, wow, San Francisco's the better team. They're going to win.
Right.
But Tampa turns it on when they have to. And congrats to them.
Yeah, so Tampa Bay at home wins this one 30-19 over the San Francisco 49ers with Mac Jones as a starting quarterback. He does throw the 2 interceptions, one early in the first quarter, one in the fourth quarter. Really good play calls, I think, by Todd Bowles and just defensive structure and just how they kind of tricked Mac Jones into throwing those two interceptions. And I think that's an exciting part of this team, too, that gets a little bit overlooked just because of the Baker Mania just being so awesome, is that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, although, they're giving up yards and they're bending a whole lot, they have come up clutch in big-time moments for this football team when they need it most. They did it here again today with the interception late. So, it just kind of goes to show you that, like, what you've always said about Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield, that combination together is really dangerous. The two guys that got the interception today, Vildor was the one, and then Jamil Dean got the second one there in the fourth quarter. But you love this combination of Baker and Todd Bowles for that reason.
I do, of course. Listen, they have a lot of guys in that team. You just talked about some of them. They can make plays, but then they have a defensive coordinator and an offensive coordinator who help them be better than maybe we think they are.
Right.
They just set up really good opportunities for them. And Todd Bowles, one of my famous things, I said to him, Todd, when you blitz a quarterback and he hits a big throw on it, does it make you pull back? He goes, no, that doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
He goes, I said, well, why is that? He goes, come on, Phil. I know quarterbacks hate it when you blitz them, so I'm just going to keep blitzing.
Yeah.
And I went, damn, that was really simple, but it was really true.
It's the reality. Yeah.
When you hit a big play against a blitzing defense, it's great. You feel good, but you're really sitting there going, damn, I hope they don't do this all night long, because this is really, it's what's the word for it? You never know how it's going to go.
Right. Right. It's very feast or famine, that style, really for both, right? It's that way for the quarterback, right? On the receiving end of trying to figure out where to go versus the blitz. And then also too for the defense, right? Where it's just, hey, it could be a great play for you, or it's going to be the explosive, right? Either way. Kendrick Bourne obviously continues just to perform at a superb level for the San Francisco offense. 5 catches for 142. Christian McCaffrey, solid football day, just kind of balanced all around. Hasn't really been doing great as far as like just pounding the rock like I feel like we usually see with the San Francisco offensive line, but they do find ways to get him involved in the football game. And of course, he ends up with 100 total yards, across the line of scrimmage. So Mac Jones playing well. I think the biggest hiccup really for the 49ers, the fact that Fred Warner, I mean, he's out for the season with that injury. Just a horrific injury. Never want to see that for any football player. And of course, for San Francisco, it's personal because he's one of the key leaders of this football team. So the other aspect, right, of Baker Mayfield and how impressive that win was today. Hey, no Chris Godwin, no Mike Evans. Emeka Ibuka comes out of the football game too with a hamstring injury as well. So he literally kind of just gets it done with a crew that, is essentially the second lineup. You still had Sterling Shepard. He did a great job. Cameron Johnson played well. Tez Johnson, the young rookie out of Oregon, made a big impact play for a 45-yard completion. So finding ways to win while battling through injuries. And both of these teams have done a good job of that so far this season.
Well, here's what they do. They saw today by San Francisco I didn't like. When you got all these players beat up at wide receiver and that, you got to play more man-to-man. If you play zone, they do a great job of spacing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They got it covered. And if you play zone, Baker Mayfield's going to pick you apart, which he did at times.
Right.
So I thought San Francisco should have been more aggressive on defense. And the other thing is Christian McCaffrey, I love the way they're using him right now.
Right.
Keep doing it that way. Why? Because you're getting him out in where there's not as many people. Let him be more active with the passing game.
Right.
And what's it do? It reduces the hits and the punishment.
Yeah.
So he's still the guy, but let him do it more outside. So that's a couple of things I actually was thinking of as I was watching the game.
Yeah, it's a great point, big guy, and I think that's a real thing too. It's a guy that has a lot of tread on his tires, and giving him somewhat of a break between the tackles every now and then isn't a bad thing for your team. Jake Tonjes too is another good football player for San Francisco that has gotten the opportunity because injuries and all that kind of stuff, especially to George Kittle. So young football player getting some opportunities and doing some good things offensively for them. Tampa Bay able to survive at home against the San Francisco 49ers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers now 5-1 football team. The San Francisco 49ers fall to 4-2. All right, now let's transition, big guy. Let's go to let's talk real quick. Seattle Seahawks, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh,
Sam Darnold, man. I mean, did you see that pass that he threw to Jackson Smith-Njigba today? I mean, that thing was over the moon and back and just dropped in the bucket. You couldn't have handed off any better than that. The Seattle Seahawks with a huge win on the road against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, you know what I wrote and said about that? First off, I give a lot of credit to Mike McDonald, what he's doing out there.
Yeah.
And Sam Darnold, which I think I said last week, he looks better now than he did in Minnesota.
Right.
He looks better physically when I see him. His feet, man, just limber as hell throwing the ball. And I thought for sure they would go down there today. That would be a tough out. Jacksonville's got to feel great about themselves. And they just, from start to finish, played and looked like the better team.
Right.
And, it was tough for Trevor Lawrence. They were all over it. But, man, and I know you know this. I have to write them down sometimes. Clint Kubiak, what he's doing. McDonald, the head coach, what he's doing for the football team. I don't know how you spell or say the D coordinator. I don't know him. Aiden Dirty or Dird, I'm not sure.
Dirty, yeah, he was actually with me in Atlanta. He is a Dan Quinn disciple.
Well, there you go.
And yeah, it just kind of goes to show you, right, just that, these guys, that's a great mixture, right? McDonald, Dirty, and what he's learned from that Legion of Boom cover 3 type of style of defense. McDonald bringing in what he brings to the table. So that's a really good brain trust on the defensive side of the football for the Seattle Seahawks. And I want to also highlight, too, just the defensive front for Seattle, right?
Yes.
Man, kicked some ass today. Really did. And you know who's really like a rising young star in the NFL? Man, get ready. Byron Murphy, the young man out of Texas. All right. Yeah. Big dude, big D tackle, but can rush the passer. Had 2 sacks today. As a team, had 7 total sacks today. The Seattle Seahawks, 7 tackles for loss. So that really, I think, was one of the bigger differences in the game, is the fact that just a lot of hits on Trevor Lawrence and the inability for the Jaguars to lean into their run game the way that they would like to with ETN in the backfield.
Yeah, that's the first thing I wrote down, defensive front of Seattle. And the other guy I wrote down, who is it? Man, he is on fires.
Well,
Digma. Oh my gosh.
well, yeah, I was saying DeMarcus Lawrence had a good game today too, right? Nwosu had another good game, and Manwari had another good game for them defensively. So a lot of good young football players on this team.
What you're saying is they're really good.
They're good. Yeah, they've been drafting some good players that fit well in their scheme.
They're hitting the target, man, with some of these draft picks.
Yeah.
And the team, even when you watch them play, I can see there's something to it, like confidence. They're not uptight. I mean, I don't know. When I say that, yeah, I think I can see it sometimes. You know it. When you get it going, man, you get it going. And it keeps going. And that's like Smith and Jigma. Hell, these all just, I'm open. Throw it. And that's what's happening.
And when I'm not open, still throw it because I'm probably going to make the play.
Right. When he's covered, he's, as Bill Parcells would say, Sims, he's covered, but he's open.
That's right.
Yes.
And I also like too, just Clint Kubiak. He is getting a lot of AJ Barner, right? The young tight end, right, for this football team. And he's kind of has those play action passes that are a McVay, Kyle Shanahan type of style of offense where, they get those boots, those play actions, they separate from the line of scrimmage and just deep crossing routes, right, by tight ends, by receivers. AJ Barner hit a big one today in this one for about 61. Right, he finished with 71 on 3 catches, so 61 on that one play alone. So they're dialing up game plan specific plays to make explosive plays in the passing game. And Sam Darnold has just been just absolutely just dead accurate down the field with his throwing right now.
Man, Minnesota's watching, going, I don't know. Maybe we should have paid him, but no, it's way past. We got to move on from that.
That's right.
What game do you want to talk about?
All right, let's go to the Los Angeles Chargers with a 29-27 victory over the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins now are a 1-5 football team. The Chargers improved to a 4-2 record, and I thought this was a huge win for them. Right, banged up offensive line. Big guy, you got to stop hitting your microphone. All right, you're such an amateur. Damn. So you got to take that paper away from the laptop, big guy. All right, so. Vidal, right, the backup running back for the Chargers, 18 carries for 124 in this one, and then Justin Herbert 29 of 38 for 264 and 2 touchdowns with a banged up offensive line to go down there in Miami. I thought this was a very impressive and very overlooked win today, I think, in the grand scheme of the NFL.
Yeah, the grand scheme, as I see it, and everything. I watch the Miami Dolphins. It's like I don't know what to say about their offense. It's Here, they spread you out. You get a lot of, Tua gets a lot of easy throws.
Yeah.
But it seems like as the game goes on, it starts to dry up a little bit. And I even felt that today. And of course, the big thing is Justin Herbert, game's on the line. He did a good job of getting them down the field to make the field goal.
Yeah.
And in my last count today, the kickers in the NFL missed 5 field goal attempts. I know it changed late today, but I wasn't going to keep up with it anymore. They missed 5 of 45 field goal attempts. So these kickers, man, they are. I actually can't. When one misses, I just go, "Oh, I can't believe he missed it."
Right.
I just kind of like take it for granted now that they're going to make it. But yeah, that bothered me, and so many penalties, which I think are so ticky-tack. It's NFL football. These are grown men. They're rough as hell, but they call penalties sometimes and go, all right, he did this. I mean, come on,
Yeah, there's definitely something to the way that games are being just
too tight
right now. It's too tight. And I want to make it more of just like, could the player have actually made the play?
Good
right?
point.
That's the biggest thing. Does it actually impact what took place on the play? Because I feel like there's a lot of opportunities where refs are throwing flags, and it is for something that it makes zero difference to the result of the play for either team. So that's one thing that kind of drives me a little nuts.
Here's the other thing. We got to show a super slow motion. I see the ball moved. I think it moved. What do you think? It moved. I see it moved. Shut the hell up. Say it's a catch and let's move on. Oh, my God.
Well, nothing is worse than what we saw last night in the Georgia-Auburn football game, where they went into review that QB sneak on the goal line. It took almost 30 minutes for them to finish the last 2 minutes of that football game before half. That's how bad the officiating was in that game. I'm sure Hugh Freeze man, I don't know what he did last night, but he had to do something because that was just crazy. Also, too, he just seems to be like the Sean Payton of college football from a few years ago, where it's like every game he's getting just some ridiculous call against him and he's just losing his absolute mind. But sorry to go off on a tangent there.
No, it's okay, because I will finish it off with this.
Yeah.
The college referees are worse than the pros. So there you go. They make some of these games unwatchable. It drives me nuts. But go ahead.
Overall, though, hey, the Chargers, big time win with all the injuries that they have. They needed it. You're right, on the road that way. And then also, I think just like kind of hey, the State of the Union address for the Miami Dolphins, man, just if you can't win today, I don't know. I'm not sure. I just feel like it's just week by week, it just continues to fall apart more and more. And I know exactly what you mean about the Tua thing. It starts out great. And as the game progresses, it's just like, man, I don't know. Your tricks, you're kind of running out of space and time, and of course, just can't impose his physical will on teams the way that Justin Herbert showed today.
That's a great thing. Physical. That's one thing. Miami does not have that.
Right.
And you're right. It just tires out as the game goes along. And Tua, with the system they're running the way they do it, the turnover's got to be a very, very small part of it. But I think today he threw two. I know up in Buffalo, he had a really bad interception, So when you're running that kind of offense, you got to be high percentage, can't miss, and you got to be very careful with the football. So
got to be very careful with the football, and that's why we're going to go to Delete Me. Make it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data in line at the time of surveillance when its data breaches are at an all-time high. Everyone's dealing with these type of things. Data brokers make a huge profit off of your information, and now you really have to go out of your way to make sure that you're being protected and protecting yourself online with your activity. As someone with an active online presence, privacy is really important to me. Take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me. Now a special discount for our listeners. Get 20% off Delete Me plan when you join deleteme.com/pro. Use promo code PRO at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to join deleteme.com/pro. Enter the promo code PRO, PRO at checkout. That's join deleteme.com/pro. So big guy, let's talk about the Rico revenge game. Rico Dowdle.
Oh man, that was right. I said, I hope it's Dallas and Carolina. I swear, I said, come on, let's talk about this. Because I'll tell you, you got that. I'm gonna just go Dallas real quick.
Go.
You can win and the game is about power. Who can out hit the other team? Right. Dallas is super finesse right now. They got to turn into. I'm trying to think of a team that. It's all about the pass, and to hell with running the ball ever. Just throw it every down and exhaust everybody. And, Dak played well once again, but, there's just no toughness to it. Couldn't stop the run. Not run the ball worth a damn either. And, there is – look, we can say all we want. Power, size, toughness. Those are the earmark, and that's what makes the NFL what it is.
Yeah.
And Dallas has lost that. Are they going to play every game and it's just, we just got to outscore them? Well, good luck on that, because, you can go out there some days and still have the better offense than the defense you're facing and still not get it done. So Dallas, I'm surprised. With Schottenheimer as the coach, I just think they would find a way to be a little tougher. Tougher. Of course they're tough, but to be more productive in running the football, haven't seen it.
See, I think it's a little bit more of a sign or an indication that Carolina's defense and their toughness as a football team in both trenches is actually better than maybe what we're giving them credit for.
Good point.
And I give a lot of just praise to Dave Canales, right? Because he's a guy that's under pressure, and it's all about, hey, can you make Bryce Young the future of this franchise? Well, he's done a great job. He's helped Bryce Young, right, maybe become the future of this franchise by not making it about him, by making it about Rico Dowdle, the trenches, the offensive line, getting Bryce Young under center, making an impact of saying, we don't care if we only get a yard or two. We're going to keep running the football. Rico Dowdle with 30 total carries today. As a whole, they had 38 rushes as a team. Did a good job of mixing in certain plays as well. Jimmy Horn Jr., the young man out of Colorado, getting involved in the run game on some of those sprint out option type of plays. And I also think, too, Dallas, I know what you're saying. So, the toughness on all that. Dak is awesome. There's no doubt about that. George Pickens is electric with the football in his hands. And, of course, Jake Ferguson is just the red zone assassin right now. But it also just kind of just shows you like, wow, how bad are the Jets? Because Javonte Williams couldn't even get to the line of scrimmage today when he was running the football. And against the Jets, he looked like he was, sweetness all over again. Like it was just that easy. So kind of indicative of the fact that Dallas offensive line running game is just like, man, it's hot and cold. It's not a legit thing that they can rely on heavily outside of just Dak and his performance. And then I think it's also just an indication, too, that the Jets stink.
Well, let me say this 27 first downs, Matt. 27.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. And
Yeah.
Bryce Young, I'm over with it. I'm over. He's their guy. They're going to go forward, and Dave Canales, he's going to survive and be a long-time term coach or whatever. But I think Bryce Young is, he's looking stronger, got a little more juice to him when I watch him on the offensive side.
Agree.
He feels better about who he is. The offense, I think, kind of fits him. I think physically, when he's given time, he's throwing the football very well. In fact, I think his arm is – I definitely see a difference in his arm. It looks fresher and stronger to me than it has in the past 2 years.
And I think this is just a credit again to Coach Canales and what he's done.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he's lining up under center, I don't know what the percentages are, but I would say that it's at least like a 60-40 in favor of being under center when I watch this team. Probably more than that, but I'm just going to say like safely, probably a 60-40 breakdown, 60 being that they're under center. They're lining up in a lot of heavy run sets and then setting up play action off of that. And I think that rhythm helps Bryce Young get into the game, right?
I think it would get any quarterback into the game.
No doubt.
And sometimes, hey, everybody can't be the guy that drops back 50 times a game or 40 or whatever.
Yeah.
So the way they're doing it, I think it's awesome. And, as we said last week, running the football, no matter sometimes if you don't get anything, it's about we got to hit you. We're going to be tough and we can outlast you. Sometimes that's what it is. But, yeah, it was an exciting game, Dallas and Carolina. And as it came down to the end, whatever, I thought Carolina deserved to win. As I watched quite a bit of that.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Like towards the end of that football game, you're like, okay, they're the better football team today. Like they're earning the right to win this football game by the way that they're playing. And it really just goes back down to just the physicality of it, right? They were just out hitting Dallas throughout this football game. All right. Hey, this is Sims Complete, brought to you by FanDuel and the Believe Network. And now let's go to the Indianapolis Colts with Indiana Jones. And hey, Jacoby Brissett and the Arizona Cardinals. My God, what a day this guy had. 27-44, 320 and 2 touchdowns. Kind of shows you a little bit, like as I was watching it, wow, Arizona, you could be really good if you actually ran an offense, and that's what I saw today. I saw them actually like run a legit NFL offense and not the Kyler Murray spread it out and waste 50 plays because we're just kind of playing backyard ball style football.
I got to tell you, I saw Jacoby Brissett. First off, you heard about the injuries before the game. So we want to get into that. Right. But Jacoby Brissett, I saw him. I went, wow. I don't do this with everybody, but he's trimmer. He looks a whole lot better than I saw the guy that was up there starting in New England. I just thought, trimmer, whatever. I thought he played really, really well. Agreed. And the Indianapolis Colts, they can answer the bell. Oh, they're behind. They're going to lose. Up, touchdown. And Daniel Jones, okay, everybody get over it. We're seeing it. It's every damn week now.
Yeah.
Are we going to wait till the playoffs or something and go, wait, lost. We knew this. He's no good. Whatever. Be quiet. But here's what I wanted to talk about. The offensive line. It's all homegrown from left tackle to right tackle.
Right.
Third rounder, first rounder, fourth rounder at center, third rounder, second rounder. Yeah. So, I just wonder how that's working out. You know what I mean?
Well, it's working out because Daniel Jones is able to just stabilize the offense and to make big throws and to play in rhythm. And Jonathan Taylor, of course, with that opportunity behind that, 21 for 123 today and a touchdown. And not only that, he's dangerous out of the backfield as a catcher too.
Well, Matt, first off, Jonathan Taylor, this old line's really helping. It's great. And that gives all offensive linemen, which it gives them energy. Oh my God, we got a guy back here. If I just hit my guy, he's going to get through it. And the other thing is that homegrown line, they've been working together all this time.
Right.
So they understand what to do. They don't make mental mistakes. They don't jump off sides like a lot of these teams. I should look that up and see how many penalties there really are. But between Daniel Jones, the offensive line, as you have talked about, a sneaky receiving core, and yes, they got a good defense. The defensive front, it looks like to me too, just watching the secondary, it's definitely a level above what I saw the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And the defensive line is playing the way that I thought they would last year.
Right.
And the D coordinator is mixing it up really, really well. He was at Cincy. Couldn't get it done there. I guess that's what they thought. But no, it was a great move on going there.
Yeah.
It really was.
I love that. I love that.
Team, they're pretty exciting to watch. It's hard to take your eyes off of them. And we'll see how long this can carry. Because, sooner or later, they're going to hit a game or two. It just happens, man. It's going to – that thing just jumps on you and says you can't do it every week.
Right.
Right now, Indy's really, really playing well. And they're fun to watch.
Well, we know one thing as well, right? The homegrown draft for not only the offensive line goes to the entire roster because I look at it, hey, Jonathan Taylor, they drafted him. Tyler Warren, good draft pick. Alex Pierce, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman. Like, this is a good crew of skill guys all the way across the board. And Tyler Warren, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how quickly these young tight ends come into the league and can be almost immediate impacts and damn near some of the better tight ends in the league in their second year. And there's Tyler Warren playing opposite today of Trey McBride. And like, even with that, and that's why I kind of say that with Jacoby Brissett as a starting quarterback, you got to see more of like Trey McBride and what he brings to the table and Zay Jones. And it's like, these guys weren't getting those opportunities when Kyler was a starting quarterback. And hey, I know Kyler's talented. I know he's got all this ability, but there was something about the way they played today that looked different and looks like it would match up better against most competition by the way that they played.
I agree 1,000%. I really do. And, it hits you. I know it hits you watching the game. As I watched the two, I just go, man, Jacoby Brissett, I'd forgotten he was out there.
Right.
I thought I liked Clayton Tune, who was the second or third quarterback last year.
Yeah.
Whatever. But when I was just watching, every time I watch the game, I go, boy, he's always been a sneaky, much better player than he's gotten credit for.
Right.
And I thought even up in New England, it was rough and all that, but he was hanging in there, winning games. And they were a damn disaster.
Yeah, they were awful.
They were awful. But he would kind of stick out to me sometimes and help them win a game or two. It was hard to win many games up there the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But Brissett, perfect backup. Man, we got a lot of backups in the NFL. We saw it with Mac Jones, that these guys can come in and they can run the offense and give you almost the exact same thing that you wanted with your starter.
That's right. That's right.
Cool.
All right, so let's go to now just, I guess, quickly. I don't know if we'll end it with this because I don't want to end the show on the somber note, but hey, the Jets, wow, they stink. All right.
We got to do it.
We got to do it. Man. All right. So, remember early in the year, you were like, well, I can't buy into what I thought in the preseason because Justin Fields had a great opening week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. You're like, oh, it's the preseason lies, right? And all that. And I was like, no, I don't know. I got to see more, right? Just one game.
Yeah, you've been that way.
Know, and man, it's just like today again, my problem with it is that, all right, dude got sacked 9 times today, right? Wow. 9 times, right? And to me, that's just like, at this point in your career, right, and just how much football you have played, that's on you at this point. It really is. That's you holding on to the football and not actually just like being on top of how to protect yourself, how to get rid of the football, what you're seeing and all of that. And you're really just at this point, just, I don't know, you're just punishing yourself for no reason, right? You're taking unnecessary hits. So for the Jets, I don't know. I mean, they signed him to a 2-year deal. But, I mean, it is freaking ugly. It is bad. And it's like very uninspiring football. And there's the defense today that plays a decent game, plays well. I shouldn't say decent. They played really well today.
Played really well.
Right? They made the Broncos offense look like it was average. And still they come away with a loss, 13-11 over there in London. So I don't know. I'm not really sure how to interpret this, but like it's just like, man, it's just bad football.
Well, listen, 82 yards is what the Jets got, so that's just start with that. But they held the Denver Broncos to 246 yards.
Yeah.
And just think of that. Sean Payton was over there. He was trying everything. He digging into that thing. I mean, hell, he gave up sometimes on the pass and let's just run it and punt the damn ball.
Right.
Because we can stop their offense and get us in position to kick the winning field goal or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it looked like. And they didn't hit anything really down the field. Yeah, the touchdown pass, but I didn't look at that as like something special.
Right.
But boy, they were all over it. The one thing too, Sean Payton, he kept trying to find a way to get it moving, but it just wasn't working.
Yeah.
I thought the Jets really kind of overpowered Denver's offense.
Agree. Which I was surprised at.
He never made that play moving out of the pocket that could break the game and going whatever. And my last thing is about Justin Fields. I don't know what to say. I've gone every direction in the world about this.
Mm-hmm.
But why don't we just line up and run the damn ball? Let's throw some screens and just run Justin Fields, run him like he's a damn running back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I know.
Let's fake it.
Let's line up and let's run the run and shoot. I mean,
you know what I'm saying though.
I do. Yeah, I know. I'm being a jerk.
He's a half a beat too long almost on every single throw.
Right.
So here it comes down to why was Tom Brady great in the pocket and all that stuff? Because he had no choice. He had no choice. What was he going to scramble?
Right.
Oh, so from every day, every league and level he played at, he had to be good in the pocket to throw the ball because he wasn't going to break it and run.
Right.
And Justin Fields is kind of he's the opposite. When in doubt, just run him. And then when we're going to throw it, go back and look at one guy. And if he's not open, I don't know, throw it away. Instead of, I could see he would try to find the next guy. But even that, he's never had to do it in his whole career.
Right.
Can you imagine him in high school? Oh, my God, he must have ran everybody over.
No doubt.
Yeah. And even in college, a lot of running. Oh, it looked great. But, boy, the transition, he's had many years to do this now on his third team.
Yeah.
And it was awful.
And listen, a lot of people, I feel like in the media for a long time, because they were fans of Justin Fields, right? We do want to see these quarterbacks succeed. We don't want to see, right, athletes, right, fall short of expectations and just, how we view them, right? We want to see people do well, right? And of course, in a competitive game, not everyone can win, but you can look respectable. And I think that's my issue, though, too, is that at this point, it's like when you pass for negative 10 yards, it's just really hard for me to believe that, honestly, in this day and age. Right, that you couldn't hit one or two passes like to make it seem like it was a decent day, and man, I mean, just the hits that he's taking, it's just unbelievable. And there's plays too where like it's so obvious, like just throw the ball away, but he tries to break a tackle and then, well, okay, I broke the tackle. Well, then the second guy comes out and cleans him out even worse, so there's just so many plays where I'm just like, they're just scratching my head being like, this is just not great pro football. And so many people in the media have always been saying, "Oh, it's the coach, it's the franchise, it's the Bears, it's the Steelers, it's their fault, The truth is that he might just need to take a reset. He might just need to just be the number 2, watch, chill, hang out, learn, and who knows how the season plays out. Get another opportunity later in the year to get back out there and kind of start fresh and hit the reset button."
No doubt, if Tyrod Taylor was playing for the Jets today, they win easy.
I would have think so as well.
They would win easy. He'd get rid of the ball. He knows how to read it, whatever. Of course, the play calls are going to be different, but that's a good thing. And, it's there to be had for him. And he's going to put up numbers. He's going to have these great games throwing the ball, too, every once in a while. But it's going to be in a game where they're trailing and everybody's playing careful and all that. They don't care. Or it's against a really bad team. So, I don't know, the Jets, you can't fix something like this during the year. You got to you got to nickel and dime it forward, you hope.
Right.
And they got to find out. I don't know the contract thing because I don't even look at contracts because I don't care.
He's got a 2-year deal, right? This year and next year for $20 million. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll say this too. I don't like getting on here bagging on, Justin Fields. I want to get on here and talk good about him every time, all the time. But You can't. It's he refuses to move forward with it. Yeah,
Right.
it's uncomfortable to change who you are, but my God, you've had plenty of time to do it. Hell,
Right.
I'm watching Pittsburgh today, and I just was watching them, play Cleveland. I just go, yeah, I can see why.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah,
And that's a great example though too, because it's like that saying, can't teach an old dog new tricks. I see Aaron Rodgers being coached. I don't see him telling Saleh and everyone like, hey, I want these players. I want to run this offense. I don't care what you think we're doing. No, I see him saying, that's right, Coach Tomlin. That's right, Arthur Smith. Call these plays. Let's control the line of scrimmage. Let's run the football well. Let's build off the play action pass. So I see him running a legit offense. And of course, now what happened in New York, I think was like a humbling experience for him. And he wasn't going to end his career like that. So what does he do? All right, hey, take a nice little slice of humble pie and get back to just playing the game. Get back to playing the game. Get back to just being a part of, all right, the big picture of being a football player on the team, right? And not making it just about you. And the Steelers have done a great job of that so far this season.
They've done a great job. And listen to me, everybody out there. I say these things because I know. Okay, so I don't want to hear crap. He's moving better than I've seen him move in years.
Right.
I was watching. I can even tell by looking at his legs that he's just in great shape. And he threw the ball, even when he missed somebody. Well, it's just because he misjudged the speed or whatever. The ball is coming out of that friggin' big old hand of his. It's coming out perfect. He's throwing it, and you're right. He's giving. You could see him during the game. He looks over and gives either Arthur Smith or Mike Tomlin, maybe everybody. Yeah. And boy, I thought today against Cleveland, Cleveland's pretty damn good defense.
They are.
I know their offensive line's not very good, but that's another thing. But yeah, my God. But yeah, the Steelers, I really like the look on offense. I think that it's going to keep moving forward, and the old line can even get better. And DK Metcalf looks like the biggest receiver I've ever seen in my life out there.
Well, somebody's got to win the AFC North, and right now it looks like it's going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Pittsburgh Steelers win today against the Cleveland Browns 23-9. The Patriots win over the Saints 25-19. That was a big win on the road, I thought. Yeah. Again, the Saints, doing a good job making it difficult for these football teams, right? Like they're a little bit better than I feel like we give them credit for. Let's see, another football game that we missed. Oh, the Rams beating the Ravens today, 17-3. Not exactly the prettiest performance by the Rams, but just kind of gritted it out. And then ultimately the Ravens did make a quarterback switch as well to kind of, give them some sort of life offensively. It still just wasn't enough. Raiders with a 20-10 victory over the Tennessee Titans. The Green Bay Packers with a victory 27-18 over the Cincinnati Bengals. And then we got our games tonight. So the game tonight, excuse me, which is why am I blanking on that? Yeah, the the Detroit Lions taking on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. Okay. The Raiders, I don't know if I said this last week, but there comes a time as a quarterback that you got to play the game and have one thought: I am not going to turn it over.
Right.
I know it's terrible to say that, but it's true.
Yeah.
Just go, I got to do this, and I'm not going to even get close to taking a chance because I need to get through this thing without a turnover to keep the team out of these bad positions. And, you just can't drop back and be Mr. Aggressive all the time. And I'm talking to Geno Smith.
Yeah.
And he did throw one interception today. I did not see that one. But overall, I thought he was much more careful getting rid of the football and careful with where he was throwing it. And, you got Pete Carroll over there. He's pretty damn smart.
No doubt.
And everything. So you kind of play to that team is about protecting the ball. Let's run it. Whatever we got to do there, and we'll play really good defense. You know what? If that kind of gels the way they want it, they're going to win their share of games. That's for sure.
That's right. And it just, hey, I would say just lean into the best football player on your team. And who is that? That's Max Crosby, right? He had 2 sacks today, 2 TFLs, making impacts as well. And of course, Cam Ward, the young man, two fumbles on the day, lost both fumbles as well, and had an interception. So he's going through his growing pains. And Geno just managed the football game. Balanced running attack, right? I want to say Genti had 23 rushes. Geno had 23 attempts offensively. So good balance offensively and just taking care of business. No self-inflicted wounds. So they get the win 20-10 over the Tennessee Titans.
Said something, what we were talking you were going over the stats, and I was going to make a good point. It wasn't about Gina. Oh, Cam Ward.
Right.
Okay, I like you a lot. You're a rookie. The team is not good.
Yeah.
But what I just said before, triple that.
Right.
Don't throw an interception.
Yeah.
Quit turning it over. It's over now. Okay, everybody's giving you 6 weeks. Yeah, we know he's got talent. He made some special throws today.
He
but
did.
You gotta back off of it because all you're doing is just driving it. You're making it too hard on your teammates.
Right.
And yeah, every throw to him, oh, he's wide open. I'll hit it. I mean, that's the way he sees it, the way he saw it in college, and that was great. That's not working in the NFL. He's definitely got to cut it down and be cleaner and more proficient in what he's doing. So that was when you talked about that, I wrote it down in my papers, which I can't read without my glasses. So it's pitiful. But play a clean game. Change the way you play for a little bit and get indoctrinated more into the NFL and how you win games as a quarterback.
Yeah, and I think when I watch him play right now, I just see a lot of I see frantic plays, right? I see a lot of frantic plays. And I think that's where mechanically he's not the same guy that I saw in Miami right now because of that, just not quite in sync with here's the play, here's the read, go and cut it loose. It's a little bit okay, now go, right? And it's a little just all over the place right now, right? So just slow down. 1 to 2, check it down. 1 to 2, check it down. 1 to 2, check it down. And that's fine, right? And if you lose that way, that's great. But also just learn how to manage football games by sometimes, as you always say, just sometimes it's about the throw that you don't make, right? That really helps your team win the football game. So that's a lesson that I think he's currently learning the hard way in the NFL. All right, big guy. Who you got tonight? Who you got? What you taking, doggy?
Ooh, I'm gonna take Kansas City. I think at home against the Lions defense, which I think is better. I think they can handle it. So I'm gonna take Kansas City in a close game. But even what's the spread? They're favored probably by a couple points.
2.5.
2.5. I'll say they even cover that. By the way, big boy, I am on fire with these.
Are you?
Yes,
yeah.
I'm on fire.
Good for you. Good for you, Phil. All right.
I swiped the board today. Everyone hit them.
All right. Well, you got Kansas City. I'm taking Detroit. I say Detroit. All right. Gets them. All right. That's all I'm saying. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Hey, Sims Complete brought to you by FanDuel, part of the Believe Network. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we'll be back later this week to break down next week's upcoming games. And maybe we'll get back to some of those college quarterbacks that we talked about. Fernando Mendoza, my dog, had a big weekend. So we'll be back. Sims Complete. We're out. That's Phil Sims. I'm Matt Sims. See ya.
All right, bud.